welcome to another video. There was meant to be a video yesterday, but you're seeing the video today instead. I didn't have time to record it. I was doing other things, and I'm going to be doing other things today. So there's not always going to be videos, but there's also not going to be videos where there's no news. But we'll talk about Denis Zakaria. Is Denis Zakaria the right man for West Ham? Is he good enough to start for us week in, week out? Is he a Declan Rice replacement? Is he a Thomas Soucek replacement? We're going to go into that with this video. And he is good enough to play for West Ham. I just want to say that quickly. He was highly rated at Borussia Mönchengladbach. He was linked to all kinds of Premier League clubs. Even Liverpool at the time, where they needed midfielders, even though it was never going to happen. And they were linked to Man United because they've needed a DM for so long. But he got bought by Juventus. And then 6 months later, Chelsea tried panic buying for a CDM when Thomas Tuchel was still in charge at the time. Todd Bowley was moving mad. They tried to get Romeo Lavia when Southampton bought him a whole month ago. And that was right after Lavia scored against Chelsea. They also tried to get Edson Alvarez. Edson Alvarez actually tried pushing for the move at the time. Ironically, who is linked with us, and his Dortmund deal fell through because they got Nemetra as their Bellingham replacement. And now, well, I don't want to say now, then they got Zakaria on a loan with an option to buy, I'm pretty sure. But we're doing the same, but with an obligation to buy. Now, they are cheapskates, West Ham, because usually this is old West Ham, where you try and find a loan to buy deals, but usually for us, the loan to buy deals work. Like Lanzini, for example. I know that was a long time ago, but Soucek was a loan to buy. And I'm sure I can think of a couple others if you gave me more time. But this has to be a Moyes player. It has to be. You have to play him. Now, everyone's saying Soucek replacement. And the reason why I say no is because, do you realise what manager we have? The manager we have will play Soucek all the time unless he's playing a 5-4-1 with Paquetá and someone else. And now that Rice is gone, you'll probably play Paquetá and Soucek, knowing him. Which is, I can't think of a more off partnership with 2 different profiles that would not work. Soucek has to be phased out. If it was up to me, he'd be sold. And you'd leave on a high like Moyes by winning the trophy. And after doing so much for us. But you have to leave now. I've had enough. Don't give him a new contract. I do not want him to get new. If he gets a new contract, we're finished. It's just a sign that this club has no direction, and Steeden has no direction in general. He has no not direction. He has no control or involvement. But now, let's get into this, because he is a DM. But when Lampard and Potter had Zakaria, Enzo Fernandez was the DM and Zakaria was the box-to-box. I don't know why, because Zakaria probably better off defensively. In the few games he played for Chelsea, I thought he did well. I actually thought he did quite well. They were struggling for midfielders at the time. Conor Gallagher wasn't cutting it. Mason Mount, when he played, wasn't cutting it. Who else was there? Kovacic was having a bad season. Jorginho, when he was there before Enzo Fernandez came, and he didn't really play with Zakaria from what I remember, unless he played in that Zagreb game where Zakaria scored. I didn't watch that. But Jorginho was okay at the time. Kante was injured, and when he came back, he was okay. That's a good performance, Kante, but can't rely on Kante all the time. But Denis Zakaria was playing in a really, really, really discombobulated, shit, messy Chelsea side, and I think Denis Zakaria would actually really fit us, and even as a DM, I do think there's an over-exaggeration on him and João Paulinho being a bad midfield. I don't know what West Ham fans expect when they see João Paulinho, Denis Zakaria, James Ward-Prowse, Alex Scott, all linked with West Ham, and they're so disappointed. What kind of midfielders did you think we're going to get? Did you think we're going to get... I know Yuri Tielemans was available. I would have taken him. But did you think we were going to get Ruben Neves? Did you think we were going to get Yuri Tielemans? Did you think I guess Yuri Tielemans would have been realistic, but who did you think we were going to get? Because if you're not shopping for them, you're shopping for the Keenan Dewsbury Halls and that's it. I would take now my ideal people that we've been linked with now. Let's say we're not going to get Jao. I never thought we were going to get Jao Paulinho, and I think Edson Alvarez, unless someone else comes for him, he might come to us. I'd take Edson Alvarez and I'd take Zakaria. I would also take Tyler Adams. Now, there's been a rise of American footballers recently, and Tyler Adams is probably the best one. He's probably, apart from him, maybe him and Pulisic are probably the best American footballers right now. I rate Anthony Robinson and Tim Bream from Fulham, but Tyler Adams is one of the better ones as well. And I would take him. He did well for Leeds, and Leeds was shit. Leeds was shocking. And Tyler Adams did really well for someone that was settling into his first season in the Premier League, and you can see with the attributes, he really fits the Premier League. We can't let Leeds keep him in the Championship. I'm glad we didn't buy Robin Koch from Leeds as well, because he went on loan to Frankfurt and he's shocking. Yeah. But yeah, Denis Zakaria is probably not a Rice replacement either. And maybe he can fill in some of the things that Declan Rice can do, the defensive work. I think he can play centre-back as well. And he can drive with the ball. And I don't think we'll lose Rice's driving with the ball and his retaining of the ball and his diagonal switches of play. When you get someone like Zakaria and Paulinho, I would take that midfield. By the way, I would take Paulinho. I think people are really underrating how good Paulinho actually is. But yeah, that is my opinion on Denis Zakaria to West Ham. I would take him, get the deal done, but I don't think we will get the deal done. By the way, I'm seeing some worrying links about Harvey Barnes, but if Harvey Barnes does not come to West Ham, I will lose my shit on this channel. But anyway, that's it for the video, guys. Leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me, and an email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.